What up to all you UA connoisseurs out there on YouTube? I hope everyone is doing amazingly, having a great start to 2022, all that good stuff. Big shout out to anyone that's following this channel, just anyone in general that's taken the time to check out these videos. I'm back with another amazing pair, and hey, let's get into it. What do I have in hand? Well, Air Jordan 6 Travis Scott Green Olive. Now this is a option B, UA Fugazi. Whatever other word you have to describe this, that's what I have in hand. And specifically, I have the best version in hand. Now let's get into looking at this shoe and having a look at the box as well. So if we just look at the bottom of the box, you can see there's even this this sticker, black sticker, Nike Air sticker, all that good stuff. I know there's always a bit of debate around boxes and the colors, but MK the Truth, shout out to MK, he proved to us that you can't really you can't really get too caught up in boxes and all the different colors, because there's variation just due to how much ink is in the machine when they print out or make a box. So yeah, things can vary, and that's probably on the UA and the on the retail side. So you see the YDM sticker on the inside there. Yeah, that's something that kind of irks me, bugs me a bit, is a lot of the UA boxes, they just don't glue them together well. They use a cheap glue and they just start coming unstuck, especially Jordan 6 boxes, Jordan 4s, all that stuff. So that's kind of annoying. And the spare laces are not attached to the shoe, but they normally would come attached to the shoe, but I've had these on foot for a little B-roll, Now, this is what we all want to have a look at, the shoe itself. Such a beautiful pair. The suede on this is immaculate. I mean, immaculate for a pair of sneakers. The giveaway, I would say, if you're like to legit check, it's probably going to be here. This tongue is a bit too translucent, and probably the texture is a bit too defined, not as smooth as the retail pair, but in all honesty, this probably looks a bit better than the retail pair, but that's where you would probably see the difference. But I would still say there's a lot of self-proclaimed legit checkers out there that would slip up with this pair. Not everyone, but if they didn't have the retail pair in hand, they may slip up. Another part which could be a point of conjecture would be here, this smiley face. I think that the outline could be a little too thin, but that's just my opinion, just going off photos and what I have seen. Apart from that, this shoe is incredibly well made. Let me get the other shoe and just show you the back here. Baby's got back, check it out. The booty on this one, hourglass shape. This is a well-made shoe, and the infrared just pops, especially on the Nike Air side. Okay, slightly 3D stitching on the back there just makes the shoe immaculate. I have not checked the 3M on this, but going off previous UAs I've had in hand, the 3M always does what it should do. It'll be reflective. I can just see it now, and I have seen it glow. Okay, it did have some glow coming through when I had it in darker light. So yeah, this shoe is what we call I'd call it a 99%er. It is in Chinese they call this a G ban. G is in letter G, ban, God batch, God grade. Now it is not an LJR. I haven't seen it specifically labeled as an LJR pair. When I look on this, the catalog that I use on the Chinese internet, LJR will be described as a factory, but G ban will be described G grade, or X grade. Ban will be described as God grade shoe, highest that there is in the market, but it never really explains which factory makes it. Okay, I know some people, they will start thinking, oh, LJR must, that's always the best. Nothing's better than LJR. Not always the case. There are LJR pairs which are the best, but not for every shoe. And you need to remember, not one factory, as in one building, one place can make all of these shoes. They have to be made in different places. So LJR can't cover every shoe that needs to be made. And another thing I need to explain, most people out there in the West, they're gonna source through Instagram, or what else? A website sometimes, or even a seller may send you the Youku catalog, which is just a place where they can upload a lot of their photos. And I would, for the most part, I'd say most of those sellers, they'll never put every shoe that's available on that catalog that they would show to foreigners. Like the UA game, replica shoe game, goes so deep. There's so many shoes that are made. I'm talking from Vans, slip-on Vans, Nike Monarchs, free run Nike 270s, Air Max 270s, anything that you can think of is almost made. Probably not a lot of the golf shoes or real niche shoes, but even then, niche designer shoes, they do make a lot of those in China. Not all just from Putian, but there are so many different shoes. And then you need to remember that there's different grades. So a shoe like this is the highest grade. And I know it's the highest grade. I've seen a couple other pairs, but there's like 4 grades just of this shoe alone. If you were to talk about like Cool Grey 11s that recently came out, there's like 6 to 7 grades of those shoes. The reason I'm mentioning this, I know some people out there, they think a UA should be a certain price. Like you shouldn't pay 130, you shouldn't pay over 130 for a UA. Well, actually, if you do the math, like what you need to pay for the God grade pair, and then for what FedEx may cost at the moment to FedEx Dubai, for me, I assisted someone, it cost $60 US just for the shoes to be sent. And then whatever the shoe costs, it could be over 130 if you want efficient shipping too. Maybe you can get banana boat shipping. That shit will take you God knows how long, you might not even get it. Yeah, it might be around 130, but that's not how it works. Like prices are going up in general, and the freight keeps going up. The UAs will keep going up, or the sellers will just send you slightly lower grade pairs. Now, not all lower grade pairs are bad. There's a lot of like Dunks, for example, SBs. They don't even need to send you what is God grade, and you'll be happy with them. A lot of people are, and they'll be like, oh, I paid 120. Well, actually, the God grade Dunks cost as much as SB Dunks cost as much as like the Jordans. So that means you might need to pay 150 or above to get some of these shoes. So bear that in mind, because these sellers, if you don't know everything that's out there, I've got a catalog, I see all the grades, I see everything. So no one, my supplier can't pull the wool over me. And he's just learned, like, just send them the best shit. But some sellers out there, they might not want to. My supplier has told me personally that he's like, yeah, I know sellers that send overseas, they don't always give the best shoe, they want to make more profit. And I'm not saying that every seller does that. I've seen videos, people have got the best pairs, like no cap, but to really understand the game, you need to know there's so many different levels to everything. So when someone quotes a price, you'll be like, oh, this motherfucker, he's charging this price. And then someone's like, yeah, I got that for 120. Well, it might not be the same shit. It just might not be the same shit. So please understand that the UA game, replica shoe game, is so varied. I'm talking Air Max, what pair is it? I think these pairs of like, yeah, I think Air Max 270s, or yeah, Air Max 270s. There's two grades. Air Jordan 1 mids. There's 3 grades, meaning 3 different price points, 3 pairs. So they might have slight differences. And I've heard people out there say, oh, they don't even make this UA. Like, yo, they fucking do. You just ain't seen it. You ain't seen the catalog. These sellers that make these catalogs that they show to especially a lot of Westerners, they can't probably keep up with all the shoes that come out. You need to be on a specific type of, I guess it's a database you could say, on the Chinese net to really keep up with it, where there's a syndicate of people, a massive team constantly uploading all these shoes that are coming out of Putian. to really know what you're looking at. So, and I'm not claiming to know it all and know everything. I have had my feet on the ground in Putian, and I still didn't figure out everything in that time. I'm still learning more about the replica UA scene, but they still are replicas. But I think there's some people out there that think they understand it. No offense, but if you ain't been in China and you ain't picked up on how business and that works in China, like, yo, these sellers ain't your fucking friends. That's for real. First things first. But yeah, I think that's all I need to say. This pair of shoes, they do make them size 7 US to, or it could be 6 US to 13, maybe 13.5. Yeah, and hey, even there's some 14s out there if people are curious about size 14. They just cost more, and not every pair is made of 14. And 12.5s. I've heard people say there ain't no 12.5s. There's 12.5s, 11.5s. If sellers tell you they're not, then instantly they're not selling you God grade, the best UA, okay? So that's it, just a few gems to give you guys. And yeah, catch me for the next video in the near future. Peace.